Hello there everybody and welcome back to Sunshine Islands. It is the 28th day of fall and we are ready for the crop festival. I've gone ahead and I've left a couple of eggplants actually on the vine so that they increase their quality over the last couple of days for the festival. So they're nice and fresh. Egg quality. I don't see us having any problems whatsoever winning. So that's going to be our main focus of the day. I'm excited to see what color wonderful that we get this time around. Hopefully it's something a little bit more useful. So I'm just going to do the main few things here before killing, just to kill some time before the festival. Feed the animals. I don't know what the weather is going to be like tomorrow. It's cloudy today, so there is a possibility it could rain, but if it does rain, or it's planning on raining, I'll bring my animals in after the festival. I've made this little area a little bit bigger. I think I extended it by about one pace worth, so just kind of gradually, slowly making that area a little bit bigger so my animals have more room to move around. Just been kind of passing time since the last time we recorded a video. I am going to nab a Sunstone after the festival as well. It's been kind of a little while, I feel, since we've got a Sunstone, so that'll be nice. Just to cross something else off of our list. And at this point we only have a couple of days left in fall. We're getting very close to the winter and also wrapping up our first year of this game, which is really crazy to think about. This is the 40-something-th, that's a tongue twister, video. And it doesn't really feel that way. I've just been kind of excited to make these videos and it's been really fun to play, and I feel, yeah, like I've made a lot of videos for it already. We are slowing down, of course. There's larger and larger gaps now between recordings just because I'm not getting 3 or 4 sunstones every single day. Now we're kind of down to our last couple of friendship sunstones. We do still have a few of those out there, which I would consider kind of the more easier ones to get. But now we're starting to get to the point where, yeah, we are going to have to start thinking about the more difficult, more time-consuming sunstones. And I don't imagine I'm going to also be having a lot of updates in the winter time. I don't mind winter as much in this game as I do in some other games. It's not really terribly awfully slow. It doesn't drag by as much, I find. But yeah, of course there are very limited activities that we can do in the winter time, as is with most Harvest Moon games. I'm just going around and trying to kind of clean out everything, but I've been kind of keeping up with that. There's not a whole lot for me to actually grab, so I guess I'll go and feed my pig and see if there's some mushrooms and then head on over to the festival. There was a ton of mushrooms here yesterday that I cleaned out, so I'm kind of surprised that there's actually 4 or 5 here currently. And I don't think my pig has any feed in the trough, so I should feed it. Gotta keep feeding it, gotta keep paying attention to it. We do have a sunstone to grab from our pig, so I am making an effort to check in with it every day. Alright, let's go to the festival before it ends, and let's get first place. Let's win for a change. It's going to be hard, because in wintertime there's not going to be a single festival that we can actually win. because there is no Winter Crop Festival, of course. It would be kind of neat. I like Harvest Moon games that allow you to grow things in the wintertime. I think it's pretty reasonable to allow you to have, you know, maybe 1 or 2 options just to kind of keep your crops going and such. So I've brought my beautiful eggplant to enter into this festival. And I am going to take down all of you. All of you recolored sprites. Although I like the name Leaf Village for a farm. Hill Valley is also really good. And then there's Ogdenville, which is very strange. That's kind of the odd one out of the bunch. Aw yeah, I win again, which is no surprise. But it's still pleasant, it's still a nice feeling to know that I won. Oh, and please, please, please give me a good, wonderful Felicia. So she's just telling us that there is no crop festival in the wintertime, and that the following spring in year 2, the crop that we're going to be entering is going to be a potato rather than the turnip that we entered this year. Alright, moment of truth. What do you got for me? A yellow. Okay. Well, actually, I can put a yellow wonderful to use. There's actually several tools that we can use a yellow wonderful for. There is also another yellow wonderful at Chen's store that I still have not purchased. I think it's actually the last one at his store. So I call that a win. The yellow wonderful basically will power up your tools. So if we equip this onto the axe, for example, we'll be able to chop down bigger stumps. If we equip it onto the hammer, we'll be able to break bigger boulders. The yellow wonderful is also required in order to grow rice, and we rose Rice Island a couple of videos ago, and Rice Island is sort of ready for us to go when springtime rolls around. So that's great. We kind of now have a couple more options. I'm not sure what tool I'm going to put it on, and at this very moment it's not a huge priority for me to put that on a tool, but that is actually very, very helpful to us, and we can either equip 2 yellow wonderfuls on 2 different tools. We can buy the one from Chen's as well, or we can just swap the yellow wonderful from tool to tool. And it's actually going to be sunny tomorrow, which is great. That should help the rest of my crops come in. I've only got maybe 1 more harvest of eggplants if I'm lucky, and I'm just waiting for those last batch of carrots to come in as well. So I'm going to stop in at Isaac's house. I have been giving him gifts. I gave him a couple of gems, but I've also been giving him the blue magic flowers. And that is his 5th gift. And he is going to give us a Sunstone, which is great. I should check the assets menu and see what his friendship level is at. I haven't been talking to him for very long, so I doubt he has the friendship requirement. Let's see. No, he does not. He only has 1 heart. So we do need to keep sort of giving him gifts and making an effort to speak to him in order to get his secondary household Sunstone. And And then after that, I can turn my attention and focus on the other miner. And wintertime is probably going to be a really good time for me to do that because he primarily likes ores. And I have a feeling I'm probably going to be doing my fair share of mining in the winter season. So I still don't have a gift for Lily, but I spoke to her at the festival, so I'm gonna skip past her. I'm going to talk to Sabrina, since I didn't talk to her today. I haven't been giving her flowers just because I currently only have my stock of blue mist flowers left. That's all I have to tide me over until the springtime. And I've been using the blue mist flowers for Isaac as well as for Natalie. And once the flowers run out, I really do not have a great alternative gift for Natalie. Whereas with Sabrina, yes, she is falling a little bit behind because I'm currently not really giving her anything. But once again, once I do more mining, she'll catch up pretty quickly with a large assortment of mining items that I can give to her. I guess I should also go and pay a witch princess a visit. If it does not rain tomorrow, Taro has said it's going to be a sunny day, then I don't anticipate it raining on the last day of fall either, because the last day of fall is one of those kind of not really sort of festivals, similar to the Harmony Day festival, where it's marked on our calendar but everything is open. We have a similar festival coming up on the last day of fall, and I'm not sure if it's going to rain on that day. So if that's the case, that may mean that we will not be able to see any more of Witch Princess's events until the springtime. Nice quiet day today. I don't have to do a lot of watering. I haven't used any stamina. Today would be a great day for fishing. I should probably do that, or to chop down some branches or break some boulders. I have quite a bit of lumber in my bag here, so let's throw the lumber into our shed and then we can see how much we actually have in reserve. We have 151 pieces, so we are getting very, very close to the point where we should be able to get the barn. Now we have almost $30,000, and if I'm remembering off the top of my head, the barn without any help from the harvest sprites was 200 pieces of our own lumber and about $18,000. So even if we didn't get any help from the sprites, or we decided to pay in full cash for it, we would still be left with a little bit of money afterwards. So I think that that is probably the next best thing to take into consideration. Especially for the wintertime, I think having another animal to look after in the wintertime is probably a good point to kind of get that started. It gives me a chance to get to know the animals and build friendship with them, and then start over next year on our new calendar, and we might be able to enter some of our animals into some festivals. I'm gonna make a save because I didn't get the chance to water today. I have a feeling that I've given all my plants enough water, but just in case I haven't, I'm going to make a save, and then I can re-water before I go to bed if I need to. I'll reload and water if I need to. So I just have to make a decision about which tool I want to put the Yellow Wonderful in, but I'm just going to put it in my cabinet for now. And this is also a good Wonderful to have for the winter time, because if we want to start breaking down larger boulders or chopping down larger stumps, then we should be able to do that in the wintertime. And it'll keep our field nice and clean for when springtime rolls around again and we want to plant things. So you can see in my fridge that I have a really nice supply going of lots and lots of mushrooms, so we can cook all of those and bring that with us when we go mining. I've got quite a few eggs as well. I've learned quite a few egg recipes. I've brought quite a few eggs to both the diner and the cafe, and so I have a couple of really nice simple egg recipes. There's also a couple of simple egg recipes that are going to be good for gifts. We might be able to start giving Chen gifts, for example. We haven't given him a single gift so far, or we can start giving stuff to Carol, the inn owner. And so that opens up an avenue to get even more sunstones as well. So on the 30th, we have the Pumpkin Festival, the festival that is not a festival. So I will probably be back on the 30th to not only see this, but also just to wrap up how we did in the fall season, just go over a couple of things and prepare for the long winter. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.